At 10, I had to tell Sylvia. Already then, I had to tell her, don't die.
If Sylvia, 10 years old, would stand in front of you right now, what would you tell her?
I would tell her, don't die. Yeah. Because at 10 years old, I already had thoughts of death. I already planned death. I think when I remember Jared at 10 and Simeon at 10, and how vulnerable you are at that age, to think those thoughts breaks my heart. So at 10, I had to tell Sylvia. Already then, I had to tell her, don't die. Don't choose death. But it was difficult. It took me a year of struggling with those thoughts, planning those thoughts. And at the age of 11, I decided it's time to exercise those thoughts. But God saved me. He did. He saved me. Because He knew what He saw and what I needed to become. And therefore, when it comes to fears and being afraid, I experienced it then that as I continued in life, it didn't become a thing in my life. It didn't overcome me. It didn't rule me. Because when I decided at 11, this is what I'm going to do, and then God saved me, I knew. No more of those kind of fears, no more of those kind of plans. You have to continue. You have to move forward. You have to live. And if I didn't, there wouldn't be a Jeremy Weingart, there wouldn't be a Jared Weingart, there wouldn't be a Simeon Weingart, there wouldn't be an Alabaster. So that's a choice I had to make very young in my life. And therefore, I'm glad that Sylvia is still sitting here and that she's able to tell this story and that she's able to be vulnerable and not scared. Because that's why I can confidently say I'm not scared. My fears are few because I have faith. I believe in life. I believe in others that wants to continue, that has hope for their future. And so I can tell them, not only in business, I can tell them there is a future, but in person I can tell them there is a future. Don't be defined by business. Don't be defined by marriage. Don't be defined by kids. Do you, live you, and then all these other things you will be happy with and fearless about. Yes, so that's what I would tell 10-year-old Sylvia. Yes. And she listened. She listened. She would smile. She didn't smile much at the age of 10. She wanted to. But so many sad things was happening in her life that she didn't know how to. She just knew how to be afraid, and therefore she didn't want to exist. But she would smile now, because that's what I want to do. And I am her. Smile at others. Let others know that it's not the end. Not to give up. To wait a little bit longer. There might be answers. To continue a little bit longer because there might be answers. And I'm grateful to her that she continued. At 10 years old and now being 54, 44 years later, she continued, and she continued strong. Yes, because she wanted life after death. And I'm glad she chose life. When she was given the choice, she chose it in the end. But after struggling, I wouldn't want anyone to struggle with those kind of thoughts. I think sometimes that's more of my journey, is to help others. Yes, with my experience in business, but more so my experience in life. That there was always a battle, and I overcame that battle. And I think that's the one thing many don't know about me, because all they see is Alabaster and the success, and they see my husband and they see my kids, and they look at my house, they look at things, but they don't know what I had to go through in order to get to this place, and that this is not even as important, because I know what I struggled with at the age of 10. I'm very open to the next phase of my life. I think I said earlier, whether it be a year, whether it be 2 years that I have to dedicate to me telling my story, I will do that. I can see that happening in 10 years. I can see that happening, I think, for the rest of my life. I'm open to it now. Before, I wasn't. Wasn't because I felt it was not my time, but I know now that it is my time. It's time to move in a different way, but it's also time to look after myself. So I'm looking after myself by moving forward in the different phases that I feel God has offered me. And so therefore, with letting go of Alabaster, I've been given the freedom to continue now in a different phase of my life. And I'm just as excited, if not more. That's what more to life is. Everyone thought that Alabaster is everything to me, but I knew in my heart it can never be. How do you define, or how do you put someone in a box like that? No, I never put myself in a box. I always thought out of it. And believe it or not, the more I know that, the more I am motivated to continue with everything that is within me. I'm also glad though that I've discovered that from a health point of view, that I'm limited, but those limitations is actually helping me to rest. It's helping me to smile more. And those are the things that I desire and that I pray for now. I don't pray for a business. I don't pray for more kids. I pray for others to find a place like where I'm at. And I want to help others, especially in business, to find that place sooner than later. Yes. I feel, especially people in business, they need to know when to stop. They need to know when to rest. They need to know how to look after themselves, not look after their business. Look after themselves. When they are looking after themselves, their business will be taken care of. I am now prioritizing me, and me knows what she needs. So 10 years from now, I will know. I will know if where I'm at is where I'm supposed to be. Just like with marriage, just like with kids, just like with business, and I can't emphasize that enough. It's I know that I know that I know that I know that I really know this is me. And I love her. I love me, and no one can actually take that away from me. No one. It's a strength that was built by history, but a strength that is pushing me forward, and that is helping me to be more of me. And the more I'm discovering of what I've lost, the more I'm getting happy, not sad, the more I'm getting happy.